So, Martin, back and better than ever, it seems. After the actual pain of the injury and then the frustration of just not being able to get out there and help your teammates, does it feel incredible to be back out there?
Yeah, it does, to be fair. I think I've said it before, it's been my longest injury. So frustrating, something I'm not used to watch from the stands, but I think I used the time really well, worked hard and made sure I came back in good conditions, and now I'm back. I'm just enjoying it, and I have a lot of energy saved, so it feels good.
Obviously no one would ever want to get injured, but is there something positive about it in a kind of absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of way, like people kind of realise your value, how good you are, and it maybe tops you up in terms of your enthusiasm and your energy?
Yeah, I don't think too much about it in that way, to be honest, but I think obviously I wouldn't prefer to have an injury, but I think when it happens you have to use it in a good way, and as you say, there can be positive things. You can look at your team in a different way, you can learn more about your team, you can see it from a different angle, and maybe learn a few things from that. And then also had a lot of time to work in the gym, a lot of time to work on other parts of my body, so obviously wouldn't prefer to be injured, but when you get there you have to use it in a good way, and I feel like that's what I've done, and I feel good now, and feel like I'm getting stronger and stronger by the game now, so that's good.
So just tell us about that observing the team and your teammates to try and make yourself better. Can you expand on that? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's just very different when you watch from the stands. You can see the game in a different way. I think you can learn your teammates, see how they
sit up high or something to get a tactical
view, I always sit in the stands, like high up, to see the pitch and to see everything good. So I think you can see the movements of the players, especially how they like to do things. You can watch them before they receive the ball. Normally when you're on the pitch you just see when they receive the ball, but from the stands you can always analyse a bit more. So I tried to do that, and it was good as well.
You're going to be a manager one day, I think, Martin, with that tactical understanding.
I don't know.
Are you sat there, do you make notes or anything like that, or just a mental note maybe?
No, it's just a mental thing. I think it's not like I go into the game and think that now I really have to focus on that or that, but I think it's just something I do naturally. I always watch a lot of football since a young age, and I always like to watch players, see what they do and learn from it. So now I could do it with my teammates, and it was good.
That is fascinating. Can you tell us one thing? Maybe you'll feel it's too tactical or something.
Yeah.
But are there things can you tell us something you saw when you were injured that you now put into good use?
I think it's not one thing, but I think when you watch the game from the stands, you see that you might have more time than you think sometimes. I think you can see the space so much better, and you can see, especially I like to watch how the other team presses us and what they do and where it can be space. So that's one of the main things I would say, where is space.
Do you think, even regardless of the injury, do you think observing and understanding is kind of your super strength, your superpower anyway? You do seem to have a really good feel. A lot of people have been talking about the understanding with Bukayo Saka. You seem to have a really good understanding for what your teammates need.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always been a big part of my game since I was very young. I always like to combine with other players. I always like to pass the ball, give assist, and to use the strengths of the people around me. So it's something I've always done naturally, and I think it's part of a midfielder's job as well, to glide things together and to make sure the players in front, they get the ball to create something. And
I know you said you don't really think about it in this way, but it must mean a lot. Think about your teammates that have come out. The manager talking about you being the guy who connects everything. Bukayo Saka said you were unbelievable. William Saliba said you're one of the best players in the world. David Raya called you a genius and a leader. We want to be valued. We want to be loved. Seeing how happy your teammates are to have you back must mean a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Of course, that's like I always said it. I try to focus on the people around me, my teammates, the coaches, my family. Then that's the people you value really the opinion from, and when they say those things, it's really nice to hear, of course, and that means a bit more than just any other guy, So
you don't care what we think, but I get that.
To be honest, without being disrespectful, I think you have to stay focused on the right people, and I think the media, for example, can be a bit too much up and down,
They're a pain. I know.
So of course I value the opinion of my teammates and coaches.
And what is the mentality of the dressing room you've come back into? Does 9 points feel like a lot? Do you feel like there's an opportunity there? Are you not looking big picture?
We're not looking too much at the table. I think we've said it before, we've been at the top, and the last few seasons, and we said it's game by game and not get carried away, and now we're a bit behind, and I think we have to do the same thing. Every game is so important to get those 3 points, and I think, to be honest, it might sound like a boring answer and all that, but it's the reality. You have to focus on the next day. Just now we played a really good game, Champions League, and then everyone comes in today and so focused on the next one. So that's the mentality, and yeah, it's a really hungry group, ready to go and ready to chase.
Do you feel like, in terms of a trophy, it's time for this group? Even before the game the other night, you see that team come up on paper. That is such a strong team, and it doesn't only have quality. It can, it can go to war if it needs to.
Yeah.
It can win a game with a set piece. Yeah. It's very complete. Yeah. So it's time, right?
Yeah, I think that's like what you're saying there is maybe the difference now from a year back or 2 years back or whenever. I think now we have so many different ways to play, so many different ways to win, and I think we can manage a lot of different type of games, and I think we feel confident, going into any type of game, and that's what you want. And we have a good squad, players getting back from injuries now, so you see it every time someone comes on the pitch, they make a difference. So yeah, that's a great strength, and yeah, hopefully this can be our season.
Yeah. Does it almost? It's odd, isn't it? Like almost how quickly football can change. In the first bit, you have a tough fixture list, suspensions, obviously the red cards, injuries, and it just feels like, or it looks from the outside like everything was tough. And then you have that international break, players come back, and all of a sudden, football looks fun. It looks easy again.
Yeah, it goes up and down. But I think we had the rough start, with all the injuries, red cards, as you say, and everything that happened there. But at the same time, I think we all stay calm. We're never really stressed. We know the quality we have in the team, and when everyone is there, you see how tough it is and how hard it is to get into the starting 11 even. So we know the quality, and yeah, we just have to keep pushing each other every day, and then hopefully we can do the big thing.
I wanted to ask you about Nwaneri, because obviously a guy getting a lot of attention at the moment. Yeah. There's kind of a shared path there for you and him, breaking through, both of you at 15. Yeah. Do you almost feel like a little bit protective of him?
Yeah, I try to help him. I think that's the main thing. I mean, he deserves all the praise, all the attention, and everything he gets now. He's unbelievable. He scored the other day, and it's not just that. It's just the way he plays. The way he trains with so much confidence. You see it every time he comes on the pitch. The fans get excited, and he's so up for it. He's so ready. He always takes the initiative. He's not scared. So yeah, love to play with him, train with him, and I'm sure it will be a big future ahead for him.
I'm sure not just Ethan, but young players coming through, you'd be one of the first guys they would turn to as captain of the club, and given your experience. What is your advice to Ethan or a young guy who's kind of getting all this media attention and is obviously unbelievably talented?
Yeah, I always try to help them, when they come up here and they're a part of our team, and I know what it's like. I've been in the same position myself, so I know it can be hard sometimes, but yeah, I think everyone is different, so you have to do it your own way, but I think the main thing is just to stay focused, to stay, keep working hard, try to stay humble, and just do the right things every day, get a little bit better every day, and then in the long run, that's where you gain things.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you briefly about your journey, because I was looking at it last night. You've been a professional for 10 years now. It's 10 years that you broke into the Norway team as a 15-year-old. Yeah. At this point, 10 years ago, you're just about to go to Real Madrid. Yeah. I mean, can you believe it was that long ago? How do you reflect on that early part of the journey?
To be fair, it feels like a long time, but also a really short time. So it's a bit weird. But 10 years is a long time in football, and yeah, it goes quick. So I think the main thing is to enjoy it because it goes so quick. So, but yeah, it's been a nice journey, ups and downs, and a lot of things happening. But really happy where I am at the moment. I think I found the perfect club, the perfect match for me. So. Yeah, really happy.
I'll let the outside world in on a little secret. You are often talked about, like behind the camera, as one of football's nice guys. Yeah. Like a really, we've got Martin today, lovely. But do you know what, we were talking about it, we had to wait for you for a little while today. Yeah. How are you sort of so humble and normal? You must have been a superstar in where you're from. When you were like 8 or 9 or something, people must have started to know about you having this talent.
Yeah.
It almost seems a bit weird you're this normal.
Nah, to be fair, I don't have a good answer to that. I think I'm just trying to be myself. I don't think I don't think I'm someone special just because I'm good at football. You know, I'm just being myself. It's the way I've always been. I guess my parents they've raised me this way, you know. So
And a good job.
yeah, thank you. So it's just the way I am. I just try to be myself. It's not like I'm trying to be humble or anything. It's just trying to be myself, and that's it.